Alright, so once you've got PowerPoint open, you're going to see a default screen like you see here on my screen. And basically, you're going to have like a default size for your slides. We're going to have to change that here in a minute. And you're going to have some default text boxes, which you can go ahead and just delete, because I like to start my stuff from scratch anyways. So the first thing that I want to point out is the aspect ratio of this slide. It's more like a square than a widescreen rectangle, like a video or something like that. So the first thing you need to do is just change the aspect ratio of your slides. And the way that you do that is by just going to Design and Page Setup. And you want to, under Slides Size to 4, you want to change from On-Screen Show 4:3 to On-Screen Show 16:9. So that's going to change your slides to match the aspect ratio of an HD video. Okay, so this is the size that you want for all your slides. Now, depending on the look that you're going after in your video, you can use the built-in slide templates in PowerPoint if you want to, or maybe you want to add some color to your slides. I personally just like to keep things simple and go with a solid white background. That's just what I like to do for 90% of my videos. Sometimes, I will add in colors and stuff like that. All depends on what you're going after. So feel free to play around with these built-in templates, and there's even more that you can download online. The next thing I like to do is just to kind of set the style for my slides. Now at this point you should have an idea of what you want your slides to look like, so this should be easy if you've already done the brainstorming method. But if we were to peek back at our pre-launch slides here, you can see that I kind of stick with a certain color scheme. I stick with like the very dark gray and that little light blue color. And then when I get to a portion of the script where the customer or the viewer is speaking, sometimes I'll get into the script where I say, you might be asking yourself, what is this about? Now when I'm speaking, the text is dark gray and blue. But when I get to a point in the script where I'm speaking like I'm speaking from the viewer's standpoint, I will change the blue to green. Now you might have picked up on this, you may not have, but it's just a little subtle little cue that I kind of like to work into my videos to keep things interesting for the viewer, so they know when they see green text, they know that I'm basically speaking from their point of view, and I kind of like to use that in my videos like that. So we'll get back into that in a minute here, but I kind of stick with those colors, green, blue, and dark gray, for this particular video. Okay, so what I like to do in my blank presentation is just kind of set the style on the first slide. Now you can set up page templates and templates in PowerPoint. I usually don't like to do that. I just like to create everything from scratch. I'm weird like that. So first thing I'll do is I'll create some text on the screen. So I'll just pick the text tool up here, and I'll just make my headlines. Headline 1, headline 2, headline 3. And I'll usually only need 3 different styles. And I'll just basically select this, center justify it. I'll select the text that I want to use in my slides. Here's where I basically pick my text style, and text style can make a huge difference on how your slides turn out. And I can't remember which text I used here, so I used the Oswald text for this video. So I'm just going to select the Oswald text, and where is it? There it is, right there. And the size I decided to go with was around 70. So this stuff is actually, I like to put all my stuff in uppercase, so I'm just going to redo this here really quick. And here's where I basically pick my colors for my slides. So for example, the color I used in this video was a light blue. And again, these colors might depend on your brand and what colors you use to represent your business here. So it's going to depend on what you're doing your video about. So colors is totally a choice of yours that you have to make. So I'm going to just pick them here. So those are the 3 colors I'm going to be using throughout this video. So I can go back to this slide if I need to grab some text or grab a color. So the next step now is to just start creating the slides. So I'm going to actually play the audio file and create the slides in the next video, and I'll see you over there.